Welcome to the Ladies Lounge by the Limitless Ladies Network. My name's Tammy Dungan, and I'm the founder of the Limitless Ladies Network and a holistic wellness coach with a passion for serving women. I wanted to share with you a little bit of background about me and why I created the Limitless Ladies Network. It all started about 3 years ago when I was working quite a lot of hours. I was traveling an awful lot, and I had some high stress in my job that I was doing at the time. Not to mention the fact that there was the world imploding by COVID hitting the entire world, just causing chaos for everybody. Well, I had at that time, just before then, started a stand-up paddleboard business that was mobile with my husband in hopes that I would be able to actually get out on the water, enjoy the peace and tranquility of being outside, meeting new people, and just getting to do something completely different than standing in front of a computer or having to have high stress with my job. So I went from sitting for 12 hours a day to randomly having to pick up 12 11-foot boards, maneuver them around, wash them, and also to travel and actually paddle new terrain. This venture ended up taking an amazing toll on my body, which I was totally not expecting. It ended up causing some damage because I was so sedentary for quite some time. I was very out of shape, and my body was just not happy with it. I had this uncontrollable swelling. I was gaining aches and pains, and it just could not make any sense to me. We went into the winter of that year, and I was looking to find some answers. So I started down the path of going to various different specialists to get MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, blood work, just to figure out what was happening with my body and why it was just acting up the way that it was. I did get some answers. I was able to unearth the fact that, I had 3 bulging discs that were, kind of midline. I had a bony island or bony chip in my back, which was quite interesting and very, very painful. On top of everything else, I had some uncontrollable swelling in my left knee, also in my left arm and down the side of my body, just kind of was incessantly swelling by midday. So pile COVID on top of that, and social distancing and children that were having to also study from home added stress to all of that. Besides my paddleboard business, not quite sure what was going to be happening with that. I also just felt like every day the stress was piling up higher and higher on top of me, like Groundhog Day. I kept feeling I would feel somewhat better by the end of the day, but I would go to bed feeling somewhat hopeful that things were getting better. I would wake up the very next day in excruciating pain, so much so that I had trouble undressing to take a shower. I would sit in the shower in absolute tears. I would come down my stairwell, basically sliding down like a dog on my bum because I had trouble walking. I was just in so much pain. And no one could seem to figure out what the problems were. And so I met with various different specialists and was trying to figure all of that out, but also started really journaling on what it was that I was doing every day. What was it that I was eating? What had I possibly been exposed to previously? And just kind of jotting down all of those notes. And kind of coming to the realization that, what you put in your body actually makes a difference. It can either be therapeutic or it could actually, be deadly. So that journaling really helped to identify what was causing some of the inflammation and what was causing me stress, and if I was sleeping or not sleeping. And so I did, keep up with that for quite some time. It was probably about at least 3 months to kind of be able to see that reflection back. I also just kept doing lots of research. So as I would get bits of pieces from different specialists and they would say, hey, you've got this going on, I would research that. And then, I would go to a specialist who then did determine that I did have Lyme disease. 3 different forms, in fact, one that was pretty rare and only found in about 5 countries overseas. And I was in 4 of those countries in the past 5 years. So that made a little bit of sense to me. And then from there, I started just, taking some supplements, some holistic type medication, started feeling better. But, it took quite a bit to still reduce the stress, to sleep better. So I built up this network of people that I had to go to get some information. I was told to spread out a wide net, be able to, reach through and find, if your chiropractor helps you, then do that. If your physical therapist gives you dry needling and that's helpful, do that. So I built up quite a network of practitioners, experts, if you will, in their fields that really kind of gave me some great information. I went through all of those things. I even went down the path of medical marijuana for a while. Didn't like it, but was just willing to be able to try anything. So through that experience and kind of working the conventional side of medicine, the holistic side of medicine, and finding out what things would work and not work, and everyone is unique, I was able to understand why I had some injuries through my Lyme disease, which then spurred physical issues as well as some mental things. And also that I had a underlying spondyloarthritis autoimmune disease, which was being erupted basically from that Lyme. So after reading lots of books and listening to podcasts and, also taking some courses in functional medicine and holistic medicine and getting a certification for autoimmune nutrition, I really did learn quite a bit of information that I wanted to be able to share with all of you. And that is why I have created this network, because I want to bring together a lot of those people that are knowledgeable in those areas so that, we can all thrive as ladies in this community as we go through various different stages of our lives and we experience different things and stress erupts, or just the day-to-day things happen, or you have exposure to various different toxins and things like that. It is just a resource that I wish that I would have had when I was going through this for about almost 2 years, 3 years, to try to navigate. So if I can in some way serve the women of our community to thrive and have a location where they can get some answers, find some people that can help them that maybe I've used or others have highly recommended to support them, then I am wanting to do that. I'm very passionate about that. So I am happy to, coach any women that need support in, working through some of their issues, possibly with wellness and nutrition, to help guide them on the path that I took. And also, introduce them to some other women that have got some expertise that can also help them. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Limitless Ladies Network, the Ladies Lounge. Let's be limitless for all the ladies in our lives. Thank you.